You lie down. Your body is exhausted, but your brain refuses to shut off. You stare at the ceiling. The thoughts keep coming. You shift position, check the time, and then comes that feeling, that specific anxiety, when you do the math in your head. If I fall asleep right now, I still only get 5 hours. And the worst part? Tomorrow you'll pay for it. The fog, the irritability, the feeling of dragging yourself through the day running on empty. And then you'll do it all over again tomorrow night. Most people blame stress, or their phone, or just getting older. But here's what almost nobody is talking about. There's something your brain physically needs in order to fall asleep. A specific signal. A biological off switch. And without it, it doesn't matter how tired you are, how dark the room is, or how many sleep podcasts you've listened to. Your brain cannot shut down. And most people are running critically low on it right now. Here's something most people don't know about sleep. Falling asleep isn't passive. It's not just your body powering down because you're tired. It's an active biological process, driven by specific chemical signals that your brain has to produce on command. Two of the most important are GABA and melatonin. GABA is your brain's primary calming neurotransmitter. When it activates, your nervous system quiets. Your thoughts slow. Your muscles let go of the tension they've been holding all day. Think of it as your brain's off switch. Melatonin is the hormone your pineal gland releases to tell every cell in your body. It's nighttime. Time to rest. Without GABA, your nervous system stays in a low hum of activation. Your brain keeps scanning for problems even when there aren't any. Without melatonin, your body clock doesn't receive the signal. Your cells don't know it's time to rest. Here's what makes this worse. Both of these systems, GABA and melatonin, depend on a single mineral to function properly. And according to research published in The American Family Physician, 75% of Americans aren't getting enough of it. 3 out of 4 people. Which means 3 out of 4 people are going to bed every night with a brain that is chemically underprepared to fall asleep. And they have no idea. The mineral is magnesium. And what it does inside your brain at night is more specific and more important than most people realize. Let's talk about what's actually happening. Magnesium binds directly to GABA receptors in the brain, activating the calming signal that quiets your nervous system and reduces neural excitability. In plain language, magnesium is what allows your brain to press the off switch. Without enough of it, that switch doesn't fully engage. Your brain stays partially activated. Thoughts keep surfacing. Your body stays tense without you even realizing it. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Magnesium also directly influences melatonin. Research has shown that magnesium supports the increase of melatonin levels, helping to maintain a normal biological clock. Studies in animal models demonstrated that magnesium deficiency directly reduces plasma melatonin concentrations. So when you're deficient in magnesium, your brain is producing less of the hormone that tells your body it's nighttime. Your circadian rhythm weakens. Your sleep onset gets delayed. And the sleep you do get is shallower, less restorative. But it doesn't stop there, because there's a third piece that most people never connect. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, is supposed to drop at night to allow sleep to happen. Magnesium supplementation has been shown in clinical trials to produce a significant decrease in serum cortisol levels, alongside measurable increases in melatonin and sleep efficiency. Think about what that means. If you're magnesium deficient, your cortisol stays elevated at night. Your brain reads that as, "Stay alert, something might be wrong." And no amount of deep breathing is going to override a stress hormone that your body is producing in excess, because it's missing a mineral it needs to regulate it. 3 pathways: GABA suppressed, melatonin reduced, cortisol elevated, all 3 from a single deficiency that 75% of Americans are walking around with right now. And this is where most people get it completely wrong. Here's the part that explains why so many people have tried magnesium and felt nothing. Magnesium is not one thing. It exists in multiple forms, and each form works differently in the body. Magnesium oxide, the most common form in cheap drugstore supplements, has very low bioavailability. Most of it passes through without being properly absorbed. You're essentially paying for something your body can't use. Magnesium glycinate is the form most studied specifically for relaxation and sleep. Bound to glycine, an amino acid with its own calming properties on the nervous system. This is the form that targets the GABA pathway most directly. Magnesium malate supports cellular energy production, more relevant during the day. Magnesium taurate has documented cardiovascular and nervous system support. Magnesium citrate is better absorbed than oxide, with metabolic benefits. And here's the problem. Most people who take magnesium take one form, but the mechanisms through which magnesium supports sleep are not a single pathway. They involve the GABAergic system, modulation of melatonin synthesis, cortisol regulation, and circadian rhythm control, an intricate cross-system process. Different pathways, different forms, different timing. Single-form magnesium addresses one piece of a multi-system process, which is why people try it, notice little, conclude it doesn't work, and go back to staring at the ceiling. And this is where things start to get practical. Sleep isn't something that happens to you. It's something your brain produces, using raw materials it needs to have on hand. GABA to press the off switch, melatonin to signal the body clock, cortisol low enough to let both work. All 3 pathways, all dependent on the same mineral. If you've tried everything, the routines, the apps, the melatonin pills, and you're still lying awake at night, the question isn't what you're doing wrong. The question is whether your body even has what it needs to sleep in the first place. If you want to look at a full-spectrum formulation designed to cover multiple forms of magnesium in the right ratios, the link is in the description. Subscribe, because we're just getting started. And once you understand what sleep actually requires, you'll never look at a sleepless night the same way again.